Welcome back, everyone. So you heard them there, the debate over the possible summoning of the president, and some who have moved for the impeachment of the president. So they've asked the president to appear before it over persistent incidents across the country. Members of the upper legislative chamber agree with their counterparts in the House of Representatives, who have also summoned the president to explain measures being taken to address the security issues. In a related story, the Nigerian Senate summoned the Inspector General of Police, Ibrahim Idris, over the way the arrest of Senator Dino Melaye was handled. They also want him to answer questions of recent insecurity in the country. The senators expected the police boss to appear before them today, but he failed to appear without giving reason. So the lawmakers have resummoned him. And so let's also tell you about the breaking news that we have been following for you, that the military of the Operation Lafia Dole in Maiduguri repelling an attack from Boko Haram terrorist groups in Maiduguri. The terrorists started to have launched an attack on a part of the city after infiltrating the metropolis through the Polo area of Maiduguri. We keep you up to speed. We do understand now that in the city of Maiduguri there seems to be some traffic in the city because of the situation there. Still with China Television for details of that developing story. So let's get back to my panel in our Abuja studio. Mr. Emmanuel Enoidem is a national legal advisor of the People's Democratic Party, and Mr. Ali Abdullah, a lawyer and a member of the Buhari Media Group. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for your time on the program. Let me quickly ask you, simple and direct, Mr. Enoidem, is it not an exercise in futility for your members of your party in the National Assembly to move for the impeachment of the president? If you look at what we've broken down on how to impeach a president, it looks like a very, very tedious task.
Yeah, the law on impeachment is very clear, and it is not too tedious. All we need is enough political will to be brought, by members of the National Assembly, because this particular government, this president is impeachable. There are so many impeachable offenses that he has committed. Like I said, I've mentioned a few of them. And I can tell you that it is not a PDP matter. This is a Nigerian affair. The PDP people in the National Assembly know, the APC people in the National Assembly, they are all aware of what's happening in the country. They know of the flagrant abuse of the Constitution by the APC-led federal government. They have shown enough disdain to the National Assembly as an arm of government. They've shown enough disdain to the judiciary. As an arm of government. So this government is moving towards a totalitarian, system, a military kind of democracy in Nigeria, another, version of democracy. We are moving towards a system where only the presidency, it will be functioning in Nigeria, or the president alone will be functioning in Nigeria.
Let me allow Mr. Abdullah to weigh in here. Mr. Abdullah, if an impeachment process is triggered today in the National Assembly, do you think President Muhammadu Buhari will be able to weather the storm?
Well, Sheun, let me say this thing. Not only will President Muhammadu Buhari weather the storm if such things could even happen, but there is no, in the history of the past leaders that we had in this country, no one has come to that seat, to that house, that villa, with the kind of goodwill, integrity like President Muhammadu Buhari. He is respected widely, not only across Nigeria, but even in those two houses. These are people that are respected. It's what the people calling for this impeachment is just another kind of mischief aimed at 2019 election, and nothing more, because this president has abided, has followed the Constitution. He has done nothing but respect for Nigerians, trying to actually bring succor and also to bring end to the security challenges.
Mr. Abdullah, it does look like, if you look at some of the debates on the, just a moment, if you look at the debates on the floor today, it wasn't only members of the PDP in the National Assembly that said that the move of the president to spend that money was wrong. Even members of the APC are saying that spending that money was wrong. They did acknowledge that it was good, that we should move fast on issues of security, but they say that that move is wrong. Do you think that the president should make a political move to retrace his step?
Well, I believe if you ask Nigerians, the National Assembly members represent us, the people, Nigerians. And I believe Nigerians are in agreement that we want an end to insecurity. We want an end to insurgency. If there is anything the executive will do and is doing to help bring an end to all these killings and insurgency, the people will support it. We will want it. And the National Assembly, it behoves on the National Assembly to follow the wishes of the people they represent. Right. We want an end to insecurity.
So you didn't answer my question, Mr. Abdullah. But do you think that the president will appear before the Senate? He has been summoned. Do you think, just in 10 seconds, do you think he will appear before them? He's been summoned.
I believe, this is what I believe in. If this is what the National Assembly have wanted, and also if they don't have sufficient representation from the security chiefs, from people that can give them what the idea of what the executive doing. At the end of the day, why not? The president has been to the National Assembly a number of times. He was there in November presenting, led our national budget, which has not been passed up to now by the National Assembly.
Let's go now. Mr. Anoidem, let's close this program. When the president appears, what do you imagine that can happen? Do you think he will probably politically persuade the National Assembly members? Just in 30 seconds so that we can go.
Yeah, I can tell you that Mr. President will not appear before the National Assembly. The only time Mr. President has time to appear before the National Assembly is when he presents budget. For 3 years running now, the only time he has appeared before the National Assembly is when he appears. Even when the country is in turmoil, when a president is expected to go to the National Assembly and have a state of the nation address to the nation, he has never done that. And I can bet you that Mr. President will never, as part of his agenda to disdain to the National Assembly and other arms of government in Nigeria, will never appear before the National Assembly. I can tell you this, he will not.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen, for your time. That's how we must leave it on the program today. Also, at the breaking news, we're following about the situation in Maiduguri. Stay with Channel Television. On our bulletin, we will tell you the full details of that story. Mr. Emmanuel Anoidem, the National Legal Advisor of the PDP, thank you for your time. And Mr. Ali Abdullah, member of the Buhari Media Group, lawyer, thank you so much for your time. Many thanks also for being part of the show today. I'm sure Kimberly. Bye-bye.